Marisa Blake's shift at Miller's Gas and Go began like any other. She clocked in at midnight, flicked on the fluorescent lights, and arranged the rows of energy drinks, jerky packs, and neon-wrapped candy bars. The ancient pumps outside loomed like sentinels beneath the harsh glare of flood lamps. A battered neon sign buzzed overhead. Open 24 hours, its letters flickering in an uneven dance. She thumbed through yesterday's sale receipts, wondering if there would be more customers tonight than the handful who drifted through each hour like drifting smoke. At 12:03 a.m., the first anomaly struck. The PA system crackled, a low hum followed by the sound of tires on gravel. Marisa pressed her ear to the receiver. No arrival chime had sounded at the door. Glancing at the monitor, she saw an empty pump, the nozzle missing from its holster. The digital display ticked upward. $17.83, $17.84, $17.85, fuel flowing into nothing. She hurried outside, jacket cinched tight against the chill. The lot was empty, save for the dim glimmer of streetlights and the faint outline of the highway beyond. The pump clicked off at exactly $19, then reset to zero with a soft whoosh. Marisa's breath clouded in the air as she picked up the nozzle. No drops of gas lingered on the asphalt. No footprints marked the dusty pavement. She hurried back inside, heart thundering. By 12:15 a.m., she had found a customer's half-drunk coffee cup on the counter. Cream congealed at its edges, a single lipstick smear on the rim. The security footage revealed no one entering. She rewound the DVR. The camera angle shifted with a flicker, then revealed the cup's slow descent from an invisible hand. She watched the cup hover for a moment, then land with a dull thud. She rubbed her eyes. The feed jerked to static. At 12:37 a.m., she served the second phantom, a battered pickup with no driver. It hissed to life at pump 4 and spewed fuel until the meter read $28. Marisa rang up the transaction. The display on her register read paid in full, but no card reader had beeped. She walked outside with the receipt in hand. Not a soul in sight. Footprints, bare and damp, led from the driver's door toward the restrooms. She followed, heart pounding, but the door frame was empty. No one left the stall. No one flushed. Yet a damp patch lingered on the floor. She backed away and turned on her heel as the restroom door banged shut behind her. By 1:10 a.m., Marisa's nerves had frayed. She poured herself a coffee, hands trembling, and paged through the register till. The tilting hum of her anxiety matched the flicker of the overhead light. She found a crumpled slip of paper wedged behind the coffee maker. Listen for my voice, nothing else. No signature, no date. She checked the clock. 1:12. Her radio crackled. Station identification. You're listening to After Hours. Strange. It had played classic country all night. Yet the DJ's voice, husky and amused, began to whisper, Marisa. Marisa. No song followed. The speaker hissed, then replayed her name, dragged across the static like a plea. At 2:01 a.m., a lanky man in a hooded sweatshirt appeared at the door. She blinked. He carried a small cardboard box. Turkey sandwich, he said, voice low. Paid inside. She rang up the order. No money exchanged hands. She handed him a bag warmed by the heat lamp, and he tipped an empty cup at her with a sad smile, then walked out without so much as a glance. She froze. No footsteps on the gravel, no headlights piercing the glass. Just the hum of the refrigerator and that persistent whisper. Marisa. On impulse, she followed the path of lights to pump 1. and found the man's footprints, one set leading out, another set leading back, stopping at the door of 6B. She raised an eyebrow. Wrong script. This was pump 1, not apartment. The hair at her neck prickled. She scanned the empty pavement. The footprints faded into darkness. The VHS-style timestamp on the camera read 2:17. She checked her watch, 2:17 a.m. exactly. At 2:45 a.m., a local regular named Mac ambled in. His leather wallet was worn, and a battered Stetson sat low over his eyes. He eyed Marisa. "You seen them yet?" he whispered, glancing outside. "The ghosts of old Miller's crash?" Marisa blinked. "Crash?" He nodded, face grim. "Family van went off the road 20 years ago near here. Everyone died. They say their spirits wander, filling up pumps for the living. Fuel's free, but the price ain't." He winked, took his coffee, and left a handful of quarters on the counter. Her mind spun. Legends and folklore only until reaped. She rubbed her temples and pressed her back to the register. The intercom clicked. "Marisa." Then static. It was nearly 3 a.m. She poured a fresh cup of coffee and shivered. The PA system crackled. The voice, her own voice, spoke from minutes earlier. "Miller's Gas and Go. How can I help you?" Looping. The microphone hissed as if someone whispered directly into it. "I'm here." In a haze of dread, she tore open the service door, stepped into the cool night, and walked to the pumps. Each nozzle was gone. Each hose lay coiled on the ground, damp. She knelt to inspect the concrete. A single drop of gasoline glimmered in the floodlight. Then, footsteps, clear, deliberate, proceeding from the far edge of the lot. She froze. The gravel crunched as someone or something approached. The darkness coalesced into the hooded figure she had served. The man's face was hidden, but his posture was familiar. Shoulders slumped, head down. Marisa backed away slowly, then turned to run. But the pump displays flickered, reading $19.17, $19.18, $19.19. Fuel flowing from every nozzle at once into invisible tanks. The floodlights dimmed, replaced by a thick, suffocating dark. She yanked the door open and darted inside. Within seconds, the power cut out completely. Only the emergency exit sign glowed red, clicking on every few seconds. Her cell phone died as she dialed 911. Silence. The whine of static filled the office. Her name drifted through the speakers, slow as funeral bells. Marisa. Her heart slammed. She grabbed a flashlight from beneath the counter and swept it around the room. No one, just aisles of slumping shelves bathed in pulsing darkness. The intercom lit up on its own, PA line active, waiting for her. She took a steady in breath and spoke. "Who are you?" The response was immediate, a chorus of breathy voices layered into one. "We were here." Then the pounding of muffled footsteps on asphalt closing in. Panicked, she unclipped the fire extinguisher and cracked the glass cabinet. She flipped out the nozzle, braced herself behind the counter, and waited. The door handle rattled. A cold hand touched the glass. She sprayed. No mist, only the stream of sparks. The door exploded inward, fragments of tempered glass spitting across the floor. The figure stepped through, hood thrown back, empty sockets where eyes should be, skin pale as moonlight. Marisa screamed and swung the extinguisher. The apparition flickered, stepping aside as if wind-blown, then solidified again, advancing. The tag on its uniform read Miller, the old name of the station. She ran behind the counter, flashlight beam dancing wildly. The specter moved in jerks, its mouth opening in a silent scream. The fog of gasoline fumes made her head swim. She She lunged for the register's break glass, shattered it, and yanked the alarm button. Sirens in the distance. That was her chance. She vaulted over the counter as the wail grew louder, bolting toward the service door. She burst outside. The floodlights flared back on. Pumps lay silent, no reading on any display. The hooded figure stood at the edge of the lot, half dissolved into nothingness, raising a hand in farewell as headlights snapped on down the highway. Deputy Morales' cruiser swept in, red and blue flashing. He jumped out, shotgun raised. "Ma'am, are you okay?" he shouted. Marisa sank to her knees, sobbing. Behind her, the station's neon sign buzzed back to life. "Open 24 hours, its letters steady. Under it, the Phantom's footprints were gone. The gasoline puddles evaporated. Only Marisa's trembling reflection stared back at her through the pump glass. The clock in Morales' cruiser read 3:17 a.m. Marisa looked up at the old station. A faint whisper drifted on the wind, so soft she could scarcely hear it. "Thank you." She closed her eyes as dawn painted the horizon. The after-hours shift was over, but she knew she would never truly leave. Because at Miller's Gas and Go, some customers never check out, and some calls never end.